I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada. The iPhone 5S sports the new A7 chip, which should make it faster than any of the previous iPhones, including the new iPhone 5C. So let's put the phones to the test to see which is faster and if there really is a difference. Now, although the iPhone 5 and 5C are sporting basically the same internals, I'm going to compare the 5, the 5C, and the 5S just to be fair and to make sure the 5 and 5C are fairly close. So let's start by taking a look at the Geekbench scores, which measure the processor and the memory performance. First, for the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5C, you have the A6 dual-core 1.3 GHz processors with 1 GB of RAM. Now, the iPhone 5S has the A7 dual-core 1.3 GHz processor with 1 GB of RAM. Now, taking a look at the Geekbench 3 scores, we see the iPhone 5 has a single-core score of 723 with a multi-core score of 1,303. The iPhone 5C fairly similar, 712 for single, 1,286 for multi. And the iPhone 5S single-core score comes in at 1,415 with a multi-core score of 2,565. So you can see the 5 and 5C are very comparable, while the 5S blows them away. Let's move on to SunSpider. What's great about this test is it's browser-based. Now, the iPhone 5 clocks in around 703 milliseconds with the iPhone 5C at 713 milliseconds. The iPhone 5S, it scores around 401 milliseconds. The lower the number, the better. Next, we have the graphics and gaming. For this test, I'm using 3D Mark. In this test, you're looking for the highest score possible. This is where you'll see the big differences between the 5, 5C, and 5S. While both the 5 and 5C scores well at 6,036 and 6,024 respectively, the 5S blows them away with a whopping 13,975. And finally, let's try out GFX Bench. You can easily see how choppy the video is getting on the iPhone 5 and 5C, while it stays a lot smoother on the 5S. Score-wise, I get about 14 frames per second on the 5 and 5C, while it's a nice 36 frames per second on the 5S. Okay, but what about using it in real life? Are you going to see any real noticeable differences? Yes and no. For the most part, apps should start a little bit faster on the 5S than the 5 and 5C. The differences aren't that big unless you're looking at graphic-intensive games like Infinity Blade 3 or even Asphalt 8. Now, even Infinity Blade 3 won't be a fair comparison because it has been optimized for the iPhone 5S's 64-bit processor. The games load faster and run smoother on the iPhone 5S, as they should, but when looking at real-world testing, the differences are very small. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a like. It helps me grow my channel. I'd love if you'd subscribe, that way you won't miss any of my future videos. And if you're looking for more daily iPhone, iPad, and Apple news, make sure you check out iPhoneincanada.ca. I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada. Thanks for watching.